Hello, everybody, and welcome to Untether.tv. I'm your host and the founder, Rob Woodbridge. Mobile. That's what you're here for. Pervasive computing. Understanding how you can bring this into your business. Understanding how businesses are building software products that enable people to do things with these devices. Deeper things with these devices. Things that we should be doing with these devices. And then collecting data, for example, is a perfect piece, an extension to mobile. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. There's a company in Germany, company by the name of Cluetec. I'm speaking today with the managing director, one of the managing directors for Cluetec. His name is Jan Schöttelndreier. Jan, did I even get that close?
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. Too kind. The great thing is that, we have my middle name is Jan. I come from Dutch descent, and so no problem there. My last name is Woodbridge. A little bit easier than, for me anyways, than Schöttelndreier. So, Jan, welcome. I really appreciate you doing this. Thank you for coming on and sharing your expertise in this space.
Thanks for your time, too.
Well, one of the things that we should mention right off the bat is that you will be speaking at a conference that is happening at the end of January in Kuala Lumpur. It's the Market Research in the Mobile World, the Asian edition of this. And we're going to be talking about some of the things that you're going to be bringing up there, some case studies. But I really need to understand a little bit more about the company itself. So Cluetec, the products that you're making. So why don't you talk about the history of this company? It's 12 years old.
The product's been around for 10 years. We are doing business with most of the major research agencies already. I have to admit, on a project-by-project based most of the time, but still, we're working with GfK, we're working with TNS, with Ipsos from time to time. So lots of the major agencies are using our product. Yet, it was still a relatively small number of revenue that came in through this product. Now, the other thing is, having a huge, again, last year we had like 25 engineers around, 20 to 25 software engineers around. All this knowledge readily available for further growth kind of intrigued me to come here and to find out where we can take it from this very, very stable and promising base.
I'm very interested in what you are going to be speaking about at Market Research in the Mobile World at the end of January in Kuala Lumpur. This is a great conference because what you're talking about are very tactical implementations that you guys have used, that Cluetec has used for MQuest software to be able to go out into the field and do field collection. First of all, describe that and talk about some of the findings that you were able to uncover, and talk about that process that you've used to be able to do these things, because it's something that has to happen.
Let me take the example of the client that I will be co-presenting with in Malaysia.
Sure.
In January. And actually, we touched that topic already because just briefly after I joined the company, we had an email coming in from a market research agency from India, and that guy found us on Google Play on the App Store, and he played around with our demo version, and so he was convinced that we might be able to help him. Negotiations took place in the fall last year, and I think in November they started working with MQuest. We actually didn't know what we got into because we had no idea about the company, we had no idea about the Indian market research environment. And later we found out that this company called Market Excel from New Delhi is employing 250 interviewers all over India. Wow. And so they equipped 250 people with tablets, put our software on it, and sent them through India to collect data for the interviews for different field studies. We weren't aware what kind of magnitude that was when we started working with them. Usually our products are a little bit smaller, sometimes on trade shows, sometimes for car clinics, but this was a different magnitude that we entered into. Apparently, one of the major challenges, specifically in India, but I think in other market research areas as well, is the data quality. Mm-hmm. Basically, you always have some people who are not collecting the data from their respondents. Rather, I don't know, they are cheating, for example, and they put in the data themselves. And so control over the data collection process is something that specifically this company was very interested in. I mean, given that they handed out 250 tablets to people in the whole country, and India is a large country, so there's nobody who can watch them and supervise them on a daily basis. So they appreciated everything that allowed them to control what the interviewers were doing. For example, you can take the GPS information and you can check if the interviewers moved between different interviews or where the interviews took place. I don't know. Obviously the technology allows to set timestamps. When did the interview start? When did it end? If that's surprisingly quick, chances are that somebody didn't do his job.
Yeah.
If it's surprisingly slow, chances are somebody forgot to do something, for example, just maybe to finish the interview. And so there are certain things that allow the interviewers out in the field over there in India to check on the data quality, and it gives the project managers back in the home office a much better feeling about what's going on. So these are just two tiny examples, but in describing how to improve the data quality coming in to the agencies back.
So where should we send people to get more information about you guys? First, we should say, if you are watching this before the end of January 2013, I suggest you go and see Jan speak at Market Research in the Mobile World. Just go to mrmw.net. I'm going to pull that website up right now by the magic of technology right here. Market Research in the Mobile World. So go there. But where else can I send people for more information about you guys?
First of all, to our website, it's www.cluetec.com.
Yep.
Or for our product at www.mquest.eu.
And if you can, go and check out. Make sure you go and see Jan at the Market Research in the Mobile World, January 29th to 31st in Kuala Lumpur. Go to mrmw.net. Jan, I can't thank you enough for doing this. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. This was fun.